My memory is a lot like 51st dates. I may not remember everyone I met today. Just saying. What's up, everyone? So yeah, got something special today. Haven't done this in a while. It's a movie review. And a movie all of you guys could actually go rent or buy, stream it, however you watch movies today. Yeah, it's a sci-fi horror, I guess you would say. Um, Came out not too long ago. I don't think it played in the theaters. I think it went right to Blu-ray, DVD. But the movie I'm talking about is this one right here, The Killer of Outer Space. And the first thing you should probably notice, or have noticed on the cover, is this man right here. You know who that is? Nicolas Cage. That's right. Mister, I want to take his face off. That guy. So as of recent, he hasn't done really movies that have kind of like, caught people's attention. I don't want to say B movies, just, movies, you don't see a lot of A-list actors in. I still like the guy. I think he's cool. I still think he can act. And this role definitely suited him. Now, he was in a movie with very similar style called Mandy, which was like a psychological horror thriller, whatever you call about it. And that movie was like, it was a slow burn, but definitely attacked the senses. And by mean, like, there was a lot going on. Colors, the story, the violence. Definitely check that one out. I might do a review on that. I don't know. I'm sure the internet did a lot of reviews on that already, but this one's fairly new. I mean, it's not that new, but people have probably watched and reviewed this already. But this is my take on it. So yeah, what is this movie about? Killer of Outer Space. So, aside from Nicolas Cage being in it, the director Richard Stanley. So he hasn't directed in a long time. You guys probably probably won't know Richard Stanley. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But he directed two movies I kind of dig. Other spacey, trippy movies. Very, I want to say artsy, but filled with like violence and horror. That's his like direction. But he's also a good documentary director. He did a lot of documentaries, wartime stuff and whatnot. So he's cool. He's a very visual oriented director, and I like that. And he tells the story with his camera, not so much with dialogue, but he knows how to film a room and just make it work. And I like that. I appreciate that. And didn't really do any movies after the two. One was called Hardwired, which was in the 80s. And there was another one called Dust Devil. And two excellent movies you should definitely check out. But yeah, like I said, very visual, spacey, artsy kind of director who's into the genre films. And so glad he came back and did this. So, Killer of Outer Space, what's it about? Well, it was a book before. No surprise there, right? But someone actually handled it right. So, it was written by H.P. Lovecraft. I don't know if you guys know Lovecraft. Maybe you do. Maybe you heard of the movies that were influenced by his writing. Anything Cthulhu, the mythological fish creature, or the fish god, Dagon. So, he's that guy. He is the 1920s version of Edgar Allan Poe. So think of Poe just in the 1920s. H.P. Lovecraft was a really weird guy, wrote really weird series of these, novels that had to do with people encountering aliens or finding out they're, genetically related to monkey people, fish gods, pagan stuff, really, really weird, really, crazy stuff. But they were all kind of like interconnected. Not like a series, but like, a book would mention something that maybe happened in another book, and like I said, there was a lot of movies. Dagon, for example, cool, pretty practical effects horror movie. Definitely should check out. Reanimator. 80s horror. If you love practical gore effects, and another film you should definitely check out, From Beyond. I go on and on. All right, let me get to The Killer of Outer Space. So, this regular mediocre suburban family, Nicolas Cage's family, are just living life, doing their thing. His kids all have something going on. One likes to get high, one thinks she's like a pagan witch, and doing stuff like that, and the mother and father have a hard time, I guess, trying to cope. They make it work. They're happy that they live on a rancher. Pretty much have all this land. Well, one day, a freaking comet from space just crashes, like right in the middle of their property, and they all get like taken back, like seizure almost, and they're like, "What the heck did we just witness?" Even the kid can't kind of like comprehend. But what happens after is, so this kind of like draws a lot of attention, because this is like a no-name town. I mean, they named the town, but it's not much going on. Really, kind of like everyday New England-ish kind of town, and for something to happen like this big, it brings a lot of unwanted attention. And speaking of tension, this movie builds on that so much. This is another slow burn, but you get rewarded, and I mean, it's pure chaos by the end. So yeah, like this this water treatment scientist guy starts he kind of has a thing with Nicolas Cage's daughter, and kind of falls for her, and he notices something's wrong with the water. Can't kind of pinpoint it. Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong's actually in it too. He plays like a squatter up in the hills. He thinks he knows stuff, but he really doesn't. Turns out he does. But as the movie progresses, everyone who is exposed to this meteorite starts to change, mentally and physically. So, for example, I don't want to spoil it too much in case you guys do want to check it out, which I totally recommend. They could become more alien-like. I think their skin starts to change. They kind of like wander off, like doing their own thing. They can't think right. And you watch this family just kind of like, cave in on itself. Like, especially the dad. Like, Nicolas Cage plays this to the T, man. He still has chops acting. If you don't believe me, watch a clip from, any part of the movie. You'll know what I mean. Yeah, and it just gets worse from there. There's no, like, hero moment in this movie. It's not like a Debbie Downer or nothing. There's moments in this movie. It's the effects. It's the way it was shot. Like I said, this particular director has a knack for catching your attention on the screen, not just with the actors, but everything going around. The surroundings, the atmosphere, the tension. He builds this, and it turns out a really good... And what I'm happy about, it's a sci-fi movie and a horror movie meshed together, and like he made it work. I mean, where are you going to get... That's hard to do. I think like Alien did it like best, if I was being honest. I mean, there's a lot of sci-fi horror out there I love, but I mean, for those two genres to come together, definitely The Killer of Outer Space hit it on the nail. Richard Stanley, did a great job directing it. I hope he does more films now. I hope Nicolas Cage does more roles like this. Like, I'm glad he's kind of embracing this, it's like a second win for him. Like, I mean, he's been kind of like an A-list actor this whole time, but now he's like embracing like this B-movie, I don't want to say goofy like Bruce Campbell, but like, like if a B-movie actor took his role serious and gave it like 100%, not saying Bruce doesn't give it, Bruce is like the god of B-movie actors, so that's that. But Nicolas Cage, he gives his own performance, and I don't know what you would call it, his category of actor stuff. But I think he still has it. That's what I'm getting at. I think he's great. But yeah, like I think the effects, thank God, they're practical. There's some bizarre stuff. You see, like, family members, like I said, absorb other family members, kind of like The Thing, so that's kind of cool. This actually kind of reminded me a lot of The Thing, in a way, so that was exciting. Obviously not as, gory or graphic or whatever, as The Thing, but it definitely had its moments, like I said. And the ending actually kind of like makes you think like, oh, well, what's next? What happens now? It kind of, it doesn't really leave you on a bad note. I want to say it kind of leaves you like kind of like wanting more actually, and I thought that was kind of cool. And once again, this movie, if you're into visuals, if you're like an artist and like the that aspect of filmmaking, well, this is your film. Even the way the actors portray their characters, they gave a really good performance. Um, I want to say I recognize maybe 2, 3 actors, not by heart, just from seeing them in other films, so I can't like name them by heart. But obviously, Nicolas Cage kind of steals the show in this, so, and that's not a bad thing. So yeah, but all in all, totally worth it. It's definitely a buy. And the thing is, like with the Blu-ray, you get all the bells and whistles, like like a documentary of the filmmakers making the film. No commentary, but normally it's like for me, it's like I'm like a stickler with commentary. Gotta have the commentary because I want to know what the director was thinking. When you're a fan of film, it's you nerd out and stuff like that more so than behind the scenes. And but this doesn't have it. But like I still feel like I had to own it. I mean, it was such a not like a comeback, but just like like a cool like a movie I could put on my shelf and say, yeah, I own this. You know, um, yeah, but totally neat. Even the box cover I think is kind of cool. It's got like that, foil color scheme going on. But yeah, neat, cool, strange, weird horror movie. It's definitely interesting. It was definitely I mean, it's not originally written. Like I said, it was a book before, but one of the from the stuff I've seen recently, this stuff kind of like it's up there. I mean, I can't really think of another movie that kind of impressed me. Well, no, actually, I'm lying. Hereditary. That movie impressed the shit out of me. That was really good. Um, and like I guess you gotta have like a certain kind of appreciation for strange films that are not super fast paced. Like I don't mind. I like a good story too because that's why I'm watching a film that's 2 hours long maybe or however long it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good action film and fast paced, but if you want to slow it down and take me on a journey, I'm all about it. And you definitely get that, and then some with this film. It's pretty cool. Like I said, obviously it's set in modern times where I think like the book kind of took it back a little bit. Obviously because the writer was writing in his time period, but like I said, it was futuristic science, space going wrong kind of material. So that's what you're getting here in a nutshell. Has all the elements of a good movie. Like I said, it's got horror, it's got drama, science fiction, just a lot of thrills. I think you guys will like it. I think if you're bored, especially now during this quarantine period, or if you're staying home or whatever it is you're doing, and you got nothing else going on, or if you just honestly want to see something new for a change it up a little bit, right? Maybe you're tired of watching I don't know, whatever's on TV, like some series that you watch over and over again. Maybe you're tired of hearing people tell you to watch The Tiger King, So this is definitely a step in the right direction. Here it is again, The Killer of Outer Space. Definitely recommend it. Check it out if you can. Yeah, like I said, it's mostly available everywhere now. However you guys watch films, whether you stream it from a site for free, or if you're like me, you collect movies, you buy it, or if you purchase it like through your Roku or whatever. I think you guys will dig it. It's original in the sense that I haven't seen nothing quite like it. The closest thing that comes close to it you could probably watch right now, like in case you want more, The Void. I'm not gonna get into that one because that's a whole other story, but definitely watch a trailer for that. right now just type in The Void trailer, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's another spacey one. But yeah, I think it's worth a look. Color of Outer Space. When you guys get a chance, definitely check it out. And come back to this. Let me know what you think. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Stay safe and stay healthy. I mean it. All right, guys. Peace.